Hello everybody. So today I'm going to do a kind of hackneyed attempt at a blues guitar lesson. I haven't done one of these in an extremely long time. Hell, I can't even remember the last song I did or when I did it. But I'm going to do today for you all my favorite Howlin' Wolf song of all time. It's got to be one of my top 10 favorite blues records of all time, Mr. Airplane Man, recorded in July of 1959 under Chess Records in Chicago, Illinois. And the reason I'm doing it is because, well, like I said already, I love it a lot. And I think it's a pretty simple part to practice and nail if you're getting into that sort of Howlin' Wolf typified E drone style. If you're playing in a band and you want to learn these parts, or you want to teach these parts to a guitar player or a guitar player you play alongside, or if you're just learning it to get better at guitar, use it for recording purposes or whatever, hopefully this video will be of some use to you. I've listened to this record over 200 times and counting, and it never fails to just blow me away how beautiful these guitar parts played by Hubert Sumlin and Smokey Smothers are. They sync up and gel incredibly well throughout the entire record. And it always mystified me for the longest time because it is a mono recording, and obviously they're not recorded individually, so they tend to be kind of buried under one another, more or less. And of course, on this record, you've got the piano played by Lee Kennard, you've got the drums, you've got Howlin' Wolf's vocals, and of course the harmonica part. But if you listen to the record enough, you can gradually hear these sort of things. And I realized it wasn't quite as complex as I thought it was a couple of years ago when I first heard it, and was, of course, just blown away. But there are two parts. There's a bass part on the low strings, and there's a treble part, which, I'm pretty sure is played by Hubert Sumlin. To be honest with you, the bass part to me is more impressive because, it's the same thing throughout the song. But again, the thing is that the feel is really key here. And of course, like I said, the syncing up. It's really important if you're playing this alongside another guitar player to really get it down to rehearse, play it in sync, probably tap your feet together, because that's really, really key to the sound. But first I'm going to go over the bass part, which again I think is played by Lee Kennard. There's no drone on this, so it should be a bit easier for you to play. And again, it's the same thing throughout the entire song. So what he does is and repeat. So basically, I'm going to start on the fifth. I'm going to start on the second fret of the A string, play it twice, and then I'm going to proceed by hammering on to the second fret of the D string, the E, and then the latter half of that, which I just played, it's sort of a slur onto the 5. So you play the A string open, and then you slide from the flat 5 on the first fret to the 5 on the second fret, and then you play the open D string. So that's, and then you end this by bending the third fret of the E string and then playing it open. So all together, I'm going to play it slowly. Oh, sorry. And at the end, I can't really tell whether he plays that E string twice or once. It doesn't really matter, to be honest with you. It's a very small thing. But when I'm playing this, and obviously I'm doing it right now acoustically. I tend to do it just to fill up space. But you could do whatever you want with that. So that's the bass part. Definitely practice that a good few times to get it down. Again, it's pretty simple, but again, it's very key if you want to play this with a second guitar player. So go ahead and do that. Now, the next part, there is a thump. And you're just going to play the monotonous E string along with the tempo of the song. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this isn't, I might as well mention, if you don't have the monotonous bass line down, you should probably practice that. But even so, I mean, I think this is a pretty good place to start because it's mostly pinching, which is, you're basically playing the treble string along with the bass string while you're doing it. So it's not really that hard. It's not like you're playing Blind Blake or anything where it's a alternate bass and then you're stumbling in it. It's a whole thing, which that's a whole nother rabbit hole. But that first part is, you're gonna play the monotonous bass, of course, and then you go to the first string and the high E string, and then you're gonna bend it at the 3rd fret. And that bend is really key. I can't really tell you how precisely he bends it, as if that even matters. But just be sure to just slur it a little bit. Not only does it add to the bluesiness of the thing, it adds sort of to the vocalization that's common in blues guitar. But it does sort of add to that dialectic in the blues of playing minor and major at the same time. You're not going quite from the minor third to the major third like I just did, but you're bordering on that, which is the whole point of the blues. It's tension and release. Basically, it sounds good. So do it. And then that second time, you're going to bend on the B string on the 3rd fret, so that would be the minor 7th, or the dominant 7th, whatever it's called. And then you're going to play that very, probably the quintessential blues guitar lick right there. You're going to slide from the 2nd fret of the G string, the 2nd fret of the G string to the 4th fret. So you're going from the 4th to the 5th. And then you're going back to that dominant 7th. And then you're returning to the 2nd fret of the G, playing the G string open, and then you're going to the 1 on the D string, the 2nd fret of the D string. So that's... And you can also do that, preferably once you got the way I just taught you down. After you're playing the dominant 7, you can sneak the open 1st string on there. That tends to really fatten it up and sound really good. So all together, that's... And the latter way of playing that, there's so many variations on that you can do in terms of note choices. Even Hubert, a lot of the time, again, once you get used to it, once you really muscle memorize that lick, there's a slew of variations you can do on it. But some of the ones Hubert does on it are he plays it twice. Or you can do that, which sounds really good. You can slide from the 3rd fret to the 5th fret on the B string, while simultaneously playing the same note open on the first string. Maybe put a little bit of vibrato too on there. That sounds really good. Or you can do that, which I really like. You can rake on it like Lightning Hopkins does a lot. You can go. And yeah, that's pretty much all you need for the song. One more thing I actually should mention is that as for those 2 parts on the treble, and what pattern to play those in, to be honest, it's up to you. I would recommend, after this video, I would go listen to the original recording from 1959, get some decent headphones in, play that sucker at full volume, and just play along with both parts, probably individually at first. Just kind of listen at the same time. If you haven't listened to the original song, you should probably do that first. But yeah, once you've listened to the song a healthy amount of times, play along, listen, and you'll notice Hubert sort of interchanges. Sometimes he'll play the former one 2 times and the latter one 2 times. Sometimes he'll play the former once and the latter 2 times. He really kind of mixes it up. The great thing about this music is it's so spontaneous, and it's not really by the books. You don't really got to play it note for note. You can mix it up. You can put your own variations on it. You can really get creative with it once you've learned the basic structure of the song. So yeah, go ahead and do that. Practice both of those parts. Get them down. It's really, really useful to get started on this whole style if you haven't already. It's great to play alongside another guitar player if you can manage that. Or even, like, if you're really, really good, which I haven't gotten to this level yet, you can combine both of the guitar parts into one. I've seen it done before. Some cats they could really do that really well. But yeah, anyway, so I hope y'all got something useful out of this video. And, if you're a subscriber of mine, and let me know if you want more of these or not. Yeah, that's about it. Let me know how it goes.